better traffic manager with the give for hand information. Two ninja, Barashiti, Ojenda, last time waka inside Mirema. I might just back to this traffic careful. Now soon. Now.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Moving Lagos forward.
The Financial Services Regulation Coordinating Committee, FSRCC, in collaboration with the National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, wishes to draw the attention of the public to the activities of illegal financial operators, IFOs, which threaten public trust and the stability of the Nigerian financial system. The general public is hereby advised to refrain from dealing with unlicensed financial operators who deceive individuals with unrealistically high investment returns. Verify the licensing status of such schemes on this website: www.cbn.gov.ng, www.nicom.gov.ng, www.pencom.gov.ng, www.sec.gov.ng. To report any suspicions of illicit financial activities, call 0700 225 5226, 0800 225 5226, or +234 817 665 6273. Announcer, FSRCC.
Get in on the action with Betano, your exciting destination for thrilling sports betting. Enjoy an award-winning experience with amazing betting options, cash out, and missions, as well as other features. Join now and get a welcome bonus of up to 100,000 naira. Betano.ng. The game starts now.
In a city that never sleeps and traffic that never slumbers, we at Lagos Traffic Radio are always on time with traffic updates as you navigate through the smart city of Lagos. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, moving Lagos forward.
As I know one day, like every other day, I tune to Lagos Traffic Radio. And them say, traffic is there, I love lucky day, I no go delay. I will follow no road, 96.1 FM, Lagos Traffic Radio. Providing accurate traffic reporting. 96.3 Lagos Traffic Radio. Providing travel advice every day. I'm cruising in my Bima, I'm tuning to another Sungbalaja, cause the information is so accurate in the Bisanga. Lagos Traffic Radio, reliable info with the timely update. Them I show you where you go follow. Roadblock it there, trailer away, load for Surulere. Today I no go delay, I go follow Sirodo 96.1 FM. Lagos Traffic Radio, providing accurate traffic reporting. With the objective in Lagos Traffic Radio, providing travel advice every day. Lagos Traffic Radio, providing accurate traffic reporting. 96.3 Lagos Traffic Radio, providing travel advice every day. Every day, damn sure you. Every day, damn guide you. Every day, them giving you information. For Lagos Metropolis.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, moving Lagos
I
forward.
got question, make you answer. Say your problem never reach. Hey. Drive softly, drive one jeje. You know like as you they breathe. Your people there for house, then they wish you well. no go break your heart. Oh. Look your left and right, no they drag for road. Shana die you there. Oh.
This na Genie. And the Beguna. Drive safe, no go over speed, no drink and drive, no drag road with anybody. And I beg, if you tire and sleep they catch you, find safe place, park, rest small. I don't suffer this thing before and I nearly die. People will love you still there. I beg, stay alive for them. This is Lagos Traffic Radio, 96.1 FM, moving Lagos forward.
Alright, and of course, moving Lagos forward is our business here on Africa's first authentic traffic radio. Just as we do it every Saturday, we spice things up in between with great information, but it's now time for us to connect to the world of sports. I have Dari Jimiogun here to bring us Sports Lounge.
For you today. And yes, in between all of this, we promise to take you to your destination in style, giving you the latest traffic updates within the metropolis. When I return from this break, we do a bit of traffic updates, then we discuss Nigerian football before going into European football. Traffic updates from Ajasa Command very quickly. Enjoying free flow of traffic within the length and breadth of the area at this hour due to low turnout of vehicles for now. Although they might be heavy in the course of the day as a result of weekend activities and festive season. The entire route of Megida, Ayobo, Oluwaga, Oja, Ido, church roundabouts rather, Adefemi, all looking very good for now. Command is still good likewise. Ilewe, Ijano Mero, not forgetting Ekoro, Junction proper. All these axes looking good at this point in time. Still Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1. Falcons defender Ashley Plonte scored an hat-trick to help aside Al Ittihad defeat Al Ahly 6-2 in the Saudi Arabia Women Premier League on Thursday. What this means is that the centre-back is scoring a second hat-trick for our new club side. It's been 4-5 goals now. She scored 5 goals for our club side in the league. She scored the second, the fourth, and the fifth goal in that game, and she scored 6 goals already for our club side in 6 outings. It must be said, it's been a fantastic one for Ashley Plonte, who moved away from England in Leicester to join the Al Ittihad side right there in Saudi Arabia. And yes, when you think that is all, we also have some impressive performance from our ladies in the midweek as well. What's her name now? The goalkeeper of the Super Falcons, Chiamaka Dozier, saving a penalty 3 days after winning the African Women Goalkeeper of the Year award. 3 days after she was saving a penalty from a World Cup winner in Real Madrid. That is how vintage these ladies are at this point in time. Congratulations as well to Azizat Shaula, who on Monday won Assist African Women Player of the Year award. And yes, for the maiden time, or for the first time rather, for someone like Victor Oteri winning the African Footballer of the Year for the first time in 24 years, we are seeing a Nigerian winning the award. The last time was Kanu Nwankwo in 1999. Let's talk William Ekong very quickly. William Ekong has expressed surprise at his recent opinion from the Super Eagles squad. The centre back has not been called off by the Super Eagles coach Jose Peseiro since the 2023 African Cup of Nations qualifier against Sao Tome and Principe in September. And Ekong international future remains uncertain, as he is now set to be excluded from Nigeria squad for the 2023 finals, AFCON finals, starting in January in Cote d'Ivoire. The 30-year-old hinted that is still available for selection. I think at this point in time, we also need one or two experience in our backlines. And most of the time, William Ekong have been very reliable. Although we still have the likes of Shehu Abdullahi. We also have the likes of William Ekong. Not forgetting Leon Balogun as well, who is doing a fantastic job at this point for clubs like for Rangers. And then the Kasempasa defender now, Kenneth Omeru, another experienced defender in that team. We have enough centre backs. William Ekong, Kenneth Omeru, Shehu Abdullahi as well can play as a centre back. Can also play as a defensive midfielder. And then we have Olaino has also been playing as a centre back of late. And then Semi Ajayi is also there as well. Though some of these guys are inexperienced when it comes to the Nations Cup. The likes of Olaino has played twice anyway, so they are experienced when it comes to this Mundial. So I also think that despite being the assistant captain of the team now, he will still have to fight for his chance. I mean, the likes of Ahmed Musa do not even know if they are going to be at the Nations Cup. We wish him all the best in his quest to fight for his place in the Super Eagles squad. Let's talk Kelechi Iheanacho. Let's talk Leicester City. Let's not forget the last time out it was all about Wilfred Ndidi getting the fourth goal in Leicester City's win. Leicester City manager, Enzo Maresca, has said Kelechi Iheanacho is in contention to face Birmingham in their next Sky Sport Championship outing. And the Foxes will be the guests at Birmingham City at the Andrew Stadium on Monday night. Iheanacho has missed Leicester City last two games due to illness. Quoting him, he says Jimmy's injury was in training. And unfortunately, for Monday, it's impossible, but we will see. The good thing is that in the next game, we are going to see the likes of Kelechi Iheanacho likely going to be available. Yes, wishing him all the best. Let's see if he's going to play a part in that game. And when it's certain Jimmy Vardy is out, the next person to rely on, obviously, is Kelechi Iheanacho. And you can't afford to have these two quality forwards at this point out of the scene for Leicester City. Still Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1. Yes, traffic update when I return from this break, and then we do European football. We talk Leicester City, Liverpool. We talk Arsenal against Brighton. We talk Sheffield as well against Chelsea, and then the biggest game of the weekend, the Battle of the Reds between Liverpool and Manchester United. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1. Let's do the live camera update. Like Big Mike calls, he said because of the big screen. So let's do the live camera update. Ajao Junction and Route Oshodi. It's looking good. For now, we can as well see Bagada Phase 2 also looking very good and calm traffic-wise now. And New Garage approaching Maryland, looking very good as well towards Odoyalaro, all looking good. Yes, return journey as well from Maryland to Odoyalaro, approaching New Garage, also looking very smooth for now. Yes, I'm Obafemi Awolowo Road, also looking very good. Yes, radio to connect Allen, all looking very smooth for now. Yes, this is from our live camera update, the big screen, like we call it right here, still Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1. English Premier League yesterday, it was all about Nottingham Forest losing at home to Tottenham Hotspur by 2-2. What this means is that Tottenham Hotspur are finally getting their first win in about 34 games. And yes, Richarlison, who has been subjected to loads of transfer speculation, was on discussion, not forgetting Dejan Kulusevski getting one of the goals as well, the second goal to be specific, for Leicester City. In the Italian Serie A yesterday, interesting results. Genoa held Juventus to a 1-1 draw. A win for Juventus would have seen them return to the summit of the table. Yes, after Federico Chiesa scored. Yes, Genoa equalized through Albert. And yes, 1-1 the game ended. Later today in the English Premier League, very quickly, Bournemouth will play against Luton Town, Chelsea against Sheffield United, Manchester City will be playing against Crystal Palace, Newcastle United will be hosting Fulham, not forgetting Burnley against Everton. Later tomorrow is Arsenal against Brighton, and yes, Brentford against Aston Villa, West Ham United against Wolves. The biggest game of the weekend is Liverpool against Manchester United. I wish I have time to analyze this game, and then we can just talk about how Eric Ten Hag at this point in time is on the edge. Is closer to the exit there, although he says that he's having the support of the team powers that be. And yes, at this point in time, this is what you will hear until it's been sacked. Let's move away from that and talk the Spanish La Liga. Just the big games on Sundays: Real Madrid against Villarreal. Valencia will host Barcelona on Saturdays. Sevilla will be playing against Getafe. Athletic Club against Atletico Madrid. Personally speaking, that is like the biggest of them all. But hey, you can't rule out Valencia against Barcelona as well. Another interesting game to look out for. Italian Serie A, we see Napoli take on Cagliari. Not forgetting AC Milan against Monza, Fiorentina against Verona, Udinese against Sao Solo, Lazio against Inter Milan, the biggest game of the weekend. But before then, we are also going to have against Roma. Just some selected games in the German Bundesliga. Bayern Munich against VSB Stuttgart, Bayer Leverkusen table topper against Eintracht Frankfurt. A potential banana skin for Bayer Leverkusen, the table topper in the German Bundesliga. Eintracht Frankfurt last time out defeated Bayern Munich by 4-1. And yes, they can't afford to sleep on it, like we say in the local palace. If not, they may just be defeated again. Yes, this is where I drop the anchor for today. Thank you very much for being a part of the show. Join us later in the afternoon, myself and Darry Johnson, by 12:15 to 12:45 for Sports Trip. Yes, and yes, we promise do lots of dissecting in that one. We'll review lots of games and then preview of games that happen in the midweek as well. And we also talk about them. Yes, we can as well be giving you our predictions as far as the weekend is concerned as well. Thank you very much for being a part of the show. I am Olujimi Dario Ogun saying stay sporty, stay healthy.
listen to Lagos Traffic Radio. Them say traffic is there, hello. Lucky you there, I no go delay. I will follow no road, 96.1 FM. Lagos Traffic Radio, providing accurate traffic reporting. 96.1 Lagos Traffic Radio, providing travel advisory every day. I'm cruising in my bima, I'm tuning to, and I dey sing balaja cause the information is so accurate in the baby song. Lagos Traffic Radio, reliable info, with the timely update. They must show you where you go follow. Roadblock it there, trailer throw away, load for Surulere. Today, I no go delay, I go follow Sirodo 96.1 FM. Lagos Traffic Radio, providing accurate traffic reporting. The objective is Lagos Traffic Radio, providing travel advisory every day. Lagos Traffic Radio, providing accurate traffic reporting. 96 point Lagos Traffic Radio, providing travel advisory every day. Every day, damn sure you. Every day, damn guide you. Every day, them give you information. From Lagos to Police.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, moving Lagos forward.
Your home for timely, reliable, accurate, dynamic, innovative, and objective traffic reports. That's why we are your team radio on 96.1 FM. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Moving Lagos forward.
Ajale ki aja, enter with your change. Jovia, am I willing blue? I dey talk my own now.
Oga, come on, may I pass?
Now Aja dey go, now Lekki dey go. Enter with your change, I dey shout now.
Driver, won't you allow me sit down before you
Ajale ki aja, Oga, ya pass some money from the bag here. Oh, who give me 1,000 naira, beg? For many people, where will be? I will join you people. New, Tori Mokari, I talk my own, say I no get change.
Now me get down, they go VI.
If I start now, my finish cannot touch it. What if you all this one?
I know you, Oga. Park ma come down, beg.
Abeg, park your boss. Make this one not come off my boss, abeg.
driver, not try amo. It be like say you want me to collect your motor for illegal parking and you go still pay 20,000 naira fine if na your first time. And if you be regular customer, you go pay 30,000 naira fine.
I know that one, no, guy. Go gas wait tomorrow reach the nearest legal bus stop before you come down.
Conductor, close this door now. You want make I fall?
Abeg, no vex. I want people passenger, no vex.
It be like say you never see the new rules for Lagos as you just they commit offense, they drive, they go. If you leave your door open and them catch you, you go pay 20,000 naira fine if na your first time. And if you be regular customer, you go pay 30,000 naira fine. Apart from this fine where you go pay, you go still do 1 month community service. I dey talk my own no.
Auntie, calm down. How you just sabi all these things? Shey they work for government?
I know they work for any government too. Now radio I dey learn all these rules. Now every day I dey listen to Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM.
Oga, me you don see as they go. Put down for Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Make we sef learn wetin dey go.
All right, and of course, yes, it's Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. I want to believe you had a great time on the Sports Lounge with Dari Jimugu. Of course, it's still very much around at 12:15. If you keep the time, you can join them again for a comprehensive edition of Sports Trip here on Africa's first authentic traffic radio. Don't forget, we are your number one travel companion, 7 new traffic news round the clock. All right, then, so let's head straight to the road. It's still the Traffic Breakfast Live. Just as we do it, we spice things up with great conversations in between and some great music as well, alongside Traffic Report. 8 o'clock, we'll switch gears for some interesting conversations. Victor Oteri will be here for another round of talk time for a great weekend. Saturday, the 16th day in the month of December 2023. We're gradually drawing closer to Christmas. All right, then, so let's begin with the traffic situation along Yanankwaja. But first, let me remind you, after talk time, which will span all the way till 9 o'clock. We'll dress things down with some more traffic news and some old school vibes on this great day. And then at 10 o'clock, we'll bring you our first major. At 10:15, we'll connect with the world of the shippers. Yes, the world of the shippers as we bring you Maritime today. Victor Oteri will be back at 10:15 for interesting conversations woven around the maritime industry here in Nigeria. So if you are a stakeholder or a policymaker within that space, well, you can keep the time. We'd have some interesting dialogue, which will take us all the way till 11 o'clock when we'll have Richard Amua and the crew here again for Security 247. Great conversations, just as and when you want it, alongside traffic report and all the spice that you need to make your Saturday morning a fabulous one. All right, then, so traffic report covering the Yanokpaja corridor. Here it's so far we have reported uninterrupted flow from Pleasure on Abeokuta Expressway towards Danko, but movement here is quite slow. It's gathering momentum from Danko towards Yanokpaja underneath the bridge, but the return journey is good. Now, if you're coming from Yanokpaja roundabout, the stretch of Alagba en route to the flyover is still an appreciable one. We still have it in perfect shape to connect Alagoto and Mosholashi respectively. Appreciable traffic movement still in progress from Barra Junction towards the State Gate. So all directions leading to Egbeda intersection is moving at a fast rate. All right, then, so let's look at other areas. I have this one coming from the boundary end. Mind you, boundaries within the inner part of Apapa Jigunle. So we'll take it from Jeremy Ifelodu. Connecting boundary this morning looks very good. And movement on Mobile Road, in and out, is quite rapid, quite appreciable. Taking you through the High Bridge towards Total up, fast-moving traffic is what we have gathered. And from Total up, the stretch of Area B isn't looking bad towards Apapa proper. Good morning.
Yeah.
Good to have you join us. Talk to us.
Yeah. Now, I gave an update the other time that still looking good around my area. $10 going towards Optic and coming back into Lagos is equally good. Now, I can confirm to you generally there's no cause for alarm. Everywhere is looking good.
Okay.
Now, I said yesterday, broken down impediment at Area G. Now, inward Ogba now is off the road now. It's not on the road anymore.
Okay.
Now, another one just happened this morning, on that bad road now, very close to NIJ now, inward excellent. So it has occupied 90% of the road. So the owner is working on it because the road is bad. So vehicles are making use of the other road. So very soon, I think the owner is working on it, going to take it off the road. So I'll still call you more when the impediment is off the road.
No problem, Autola. Thank you. I'll be standing by. Yeah, I'll be on standby. All right, then. So just to let you know that the earlier reported impediment at Area G in Ward Ogba has been evacuated. But there's another one that just broke down right in front of NIJ in Ward Excellence and has occupied 90% of the road, coupled with a filled portion of road there. So there's some counterflow in place now, where we have Autola and the crew very much on ground, making sure things are done appropriately around that location. But other areas still look very cool and calm. Ojoda Badger, coming in Ward Lagos, moving out toward Lagos. Otedola, Kara corridors, Badger looking very good. Navigating through Ogunusi Road to Omole, excellent, all looking very good on the entire stretch. Okay, so that's just a summary of what traffic is saying around there. Let's connect with other areas. This time we'll be heading straight to the Oguluntu axis. That's within the Korodu corridor. That's where we have Oguluntu. And traffic still looks generally calm within the length and breadth of the axis. Taking off from Mara North through Agric, calm movement, slight alternation delays expected at ways. Beyond there, movement through Antikeni, Oguluntu, Majidu, down to Itawolo is still very much in perfect shape. And the return journey is looking very good. So no cause for alarm. Let's take this one. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
A fantastic one to you, Alailomo.
Hello.
Yes, you're on. Talk to us.
Good morning, traffic manager Olaimo.
Okay. Olaimo, good to have you. All right, talk to us.
I just want to inform you that we have a token that 40 feet container on the main carriageway at MI12 in one journey Koshofe, which has not the backlog back to Odelede. We have already come for towing van, so we are expecting the towing vehicle. As soon as the truck is moved out of the road, I will let you know.
All right, then. Okay, thank you. So that's another impediment. This time it's a 40-feet container-laden truck that broke down at mile 12 on the main carriageway in Old Koshofe. It has backed up traffic to Odelede. Well, effort is on for its recovery. Tow truck has been contacted for its evacuation. All right, then. So that's from the mile 12. And so from there, we'll take a detour to connect with Ikoyi or Balindi, where we have recorded appreciable vehicular movement from Dolphin towards Osborne. And the stretch of Alfred Iwani in and out, Falamo looking very good. Beyond Falamo roundabout, a movement through Nico down to Olo Road is equally calm. And from Falamo, connecting Bordelon, Alexander roundabout, and Gerard, all looking very good, inward and outward.
You're so intentional.
All right, let's get a bit of entertainment. Brand spanking new by Magic Sticks, and here he teams up with Olamide. Entertain Me is the title of this one.
Ain't by the place, type by the whole for magazine. Where the money gone, where the money gone. Trick some, move some, I'm a judge. Entertain me, truck. I'm not thinking, no salary. I want like me, truck. You be your bad dancer, you don't see dollar. No, they play me, truck. Baby, Listen, Jabata, show my Joe Dalaka, Koma new beauty lakpa, Oya Joe Papa, Koma Ro Papa, big money spending, Koshogo Tata, Tabatino, Koma Ko Papa, Koshogo Tata, Oya Joe Papa, Koma Ro Papa, big money spending, Koshogo Tata. Them I go over, I'm a Joe Gallant, I know they carry them like Cuba. I pray to Lion of Judah, they can go start to the worship this like Buddha. Oh my Dracula, you must me dry all of my Jen Cuba. The gravitation when you do that, make me the shooter, they make me the shooter. Two bars like this, back and track to Shilo. I'm a toba fine, all of my people over Milo. 50 kilo, soft like pillow, coupe baby bam bam, she I will be like Bullion Van, show no fans, can that sound me cool of fire. Eh, I'm a look, you know me, can that sound me cool of fire. Entertain me, truck. I'm not thinking no salary. I want like me, job. You be your bad dancer, you don't see dollar. No, they play me, job. Baby, job. Listen, Jabata, show my Joe Dalaka, Koma new beauty lakpa, Oya Joe Papa, Koma Ro Papa, big money spending, Koshogo Tata, Tabatino, Koma Ko Papa, Koshogo Tata, Oya Joe Papa, Koma Ro Papa, big money spending, Koshogo Tata. I'm a Joe Gallant, I know they carry them like Cuba. They can go start to the worship this like Buddha. You must try all of my Jen Cuba. Make me the shooter, the super. You're so intentional. Everybody done define true love. You can't be like I no follow. Those days I've been there at you. I'm sorry, girl, I know, no. I wanna take you to Ibiza, ginger for visa when you need them. Cover your body like a real. Girl, I go make you fashionista, post you on Insta like a singer. Baby, believe it, cause I mean it. Cause baby, true love is knocking on your door. too long. No, oh girl, I'm knocking on your door. So you won't pick up the phone. You know that you want me. You know I won't give up on you. So baby, please pick up the phone. Cause all of a sudden, I'm falling for something. And it's all cause of you. And what is the reason? You cannot believe me. But what can I do right now? No. I wanna take you to Ibiza, ginger for visa. When you need them, cover your body like a zero. Well, I go make you fashionista, post you on Insta like a singer. Baby, believe it, cause I mean it. Cause baby, true love is knocking on your door. Oh, why don't you pick up? Oh no, well, I've been calling for too long. No. Oh girl, I'm knocking on your door. So you won't pick up the phone. You know that you want me. You know I won't give up on you. So baby, please pick up the phone.
Pass me the ball, Joe. See, now where the limp come so? Hello. Hey, oh boy. Which time we begin limp with walking stick now?
Nah, I'm not so had joint pains. Since that yesterday game, he come be like, say, by the time I muscle to my bones.
Harry. Now so you come the use stick waka like papa. You never hear of Vilicin Balm? Vilicin Balm na brand of methyl salicylate and menthol crystal. We will give you effective and soothing relief from body pain, aches, lumbar and rheumatism. Whether na for work or play, Vilicin na effective soothing balm for old and young people them. Harry, my man. Now you the dribble like this? Where you walking stick now? Vilicin Balm, rub balm for cold, catarrh, aches and pains. Vilicin Balm, na daily need industries they make them. If you not better after 3 days, I better go see your doctor.
My people, I dey on top Lagos Road from Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM to go ask the people how them sabi how to drive. Make we hear them.
I'm a good driver as at now. I learned it during the lockdown and learning using the mirror, using the back, using the accelerators and everything. But there was a point the car got crashed and I was scared the whole stuff was gone. I would be in trouble. But thank God we are here today.
Car wash. If I wash motor finish, I go start the motor small, move and go front, move and come back. So they go tell me, say, I press my leg on top that clutch. They come out and small.
I think it was a driver that first taught me the rudiment. Then later on, I went to a proper driving school.
I just let myself, practice.
I told you I went to a driving school. That's how. You just go to a driving school, you register, you pay a fee, they give you a schedule, jump into the car with the driver by your side, and then you start because they give you the traffic code. You keep going until you perfect.
Una don hear Lagos people dem own o. Time don reach. Make we go meet one ogbonge person wey sabi better on top the matter, wey be Oga Patrick Adenusi. Make it for yarn us how people dem suppose take learn how to drive.
Anybody wey wan learn how to drive, you suppose go driving school. Wey driver instructor go teach you, because your papa, your mama, your driver, your organizer go teach you the error wey dem also know join the work. It go make driving dey difficult. But if you go driving school, dem go teach you about the yellow box. Dem go teach you how you go enter road safely. Dem go tell you the person wey get right of way. Make all of us go do the right thing. Go driving school. Make our Lagos for better.
Lagosians, abegi, make sure na confirm driving school you go when the time reach for you to sabi. No go follow shortcut.
Na Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, they power this message.
Do it in the name of love.
My name is Alex Ogogwa Okorigwe, popularly known as Alex O. Listening to traffic officials' directives will go a long way in reducing traffic gridlocks on our roads. They are there in your best interest. Obey them and have a smooth drive in Lagos at all times. This is a message from Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, moving Lagos forward.
Go by the name JHYBO, pronounced Jibo, aka the Rapoli, aka Jibola Jasper. Now on top Lagos Traffic Radio we did 96.1 FM, moving Lagos forward. My paddy, no pass one way. Because if you pass one way, if you keep pressing, and if you keep pressing, waiting you gain. And at that time, you go no say, I'm on the Mark Bebe, the last man. Stay your lane. Mad text at all. Ireo.
What should we talk about? That we came in to play chess. We saw your thievery and stealing and looting.
It's a healthy chat.
If we talk about corporate social responsibilities, we should talk about it in relative terms.
A healthy dialogue for a relaxed atmosphere.
At a time like this one, the country is passing through very serious security challenges. We feel all hands must be on deck.
The purpose of the bill is to provide an economic and safety oversight regime for the regulated transport sector.
It's Talk Time on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Talk Time brings you current happenings in the socio-political and economic arena in the country, exploring the noble, ignoble, and incredible maneuverings behind these stories. Talk Time takes you on a ride with interesting personalities across various spheres of influence. Join the conversation every Saturday by 8 a.m. to have your say on these issues. The program is intermittently spiced up with traffic updates to ensure a smooth ride across the city. Let's talk on Talk Time, Saturdays by 8 a.m. on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Talk Time. The conversation has just begun.
As an oil-producing and exporting country, Nigeria is a large market for foreign goods owing to its population. In this regard, the maritime industry holds the key to the nation's growth and development. For the latest news on the maritime industry, tune in to Maritime Today on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, a program designed to showcase the opportunities and challenges in the Nigerian maritime sector. Why don't you join us on Wednesdays at 9:15 a.m. and Saturdays at 10:15 a.m. on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM as we highlight the development and new regulations put in place to address the problems of the maritime industry. Wednesdays 9:15 a.m. and Saturdays 10:15 a.m. Maritime Today is brought to you by the Nigerian Shippers Council.
Busybody don't they go low. Don't be busybody. Busybody don't they go low. And no be busybody. Busybody don't they go low. Don't be busybody. Busybody don't they go low. And no be busybody. Busybody don't they go low. I don't wanna go crazy with him. Busybody don't they go loco. I don't wanna go loco with him. Busybody don't they go low. I don't wanna go crazy with him. Yappy making him Yankee. I don't wanna go loco with him. Go loco with him. Go loco with him. He's going left, but he's looking right. He's swimming tears when I'm having fun. Stop taking pills for my headache, yo. You eat your cake and wanna have it back. What goes around gonna turn around. He talks a lot and never sticks to plot. He say oh yeah when he mean oh no. He say yeah but he mean no. Don't be busybody. I no be busybody. Don't be busybody. I no be busybody. Busybody don't they go low. I don't wanna go crazy with him. Busybody don't they go loco. I don't wanna go loco with him. Busybody don't they go low. I don't wanna go crazy with him. Yappy making him Yankee. I don't wanna go loco with him. Go loco with him. Go loco with him. You keep my back and now you wanna kiss. Never stay away and never roll with whack. You lost the game, you gotta take the blame. Do yourself, let me do myself, let me be. You are mad and wanna make me sad. Don't be rude and lick it up to prude. Fix your life, save yourself my kicks. And clear your eyes so you can see my tricks. Don't be busybody. I no be busybody. Don't be busybody. I no be no loco. HMWC no loco. WC no loco. HMWC no loco. Busy body Sunday go loco. I don't wanna be crazy loco. Yappy making no yakko. HMWC no loco. Busy body Sunday go loco. I don't wanna say crazy loco. Busy body Sunday go loco. I don't wanna stay loco. Busy body don't they go loco. I don't wanna go crazy don't crack. Yappy make your head crack. I don't wanna go your head crack. Busy body don't they go loco. I don't wanna go crazy loco. Busy body don't they go loco. I don't wanna go loco. Busy body don't they go loco. I don't wanna go crazy loco. Yappy making no yanko. I don't wanna go loco. Busy body don't they go low. Don't be busy body. Busy body don't they go low. And look at busy body. Busy body don't they go low. Don't be busy body. Busy body don't they go low. And look at busy body.
The pumps, curves, screeches, and tacos won't stop the flow on Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Moving Lagos forward.
Oh yes, traffic news round the clock. That's what we're all about here on Africa's first authentic traffic radio. Let's connect with the Mushi corridor, traffic-wise. If you're coming in from Arena, heading down to Brown Junction, Guru, Olukmese Challenge, stretch of along Shogu, down to Ojuwoye, Olusha, Duru, Moshlashi. I understand it's a smooth drive on the entire stretch. Now, the return journey is in better shape, I understand. If you're taking off from Palm Avenue, moving through Tetrazini towards Daliko, you'll enjoy perfect movement. Return journey from Daliko to Isolo Road, Mushi is equally a good one. All right, so we have news covering Agege Pen Cinema. Let's talk about it very quickly. Appreciable movement has been reported from Abattoir through Nitel. And if you're connecting Total underneath the bridge towards Isokoku, you're still going to enjoy good movement on that stretch of road. Smooth vehicular movement has also been recorded from Agbotikuyo through Shofunde Ukikutu, Winiwaya connecting Capital down to Mongora Shadi. Akanuda Hati looks very good to connect Guinness en route Dangote turn-in. Nothing to worry about. Traffic on Pen Cinema heading towards Obagunji to Lincoln Duero is equally fine. The Wanko Road connecting Metal Box, Acme, Fumek, all looking very good in its entirety. Kulankam situation is what we have gathered from around the Agege Pen Cinema axis.
My confidence.
by 8 a.m. on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Talk Time. The conversation has just begun.
Our faith in you. We're always with you, and you are the reason why we're here each and every day. It's all about you and how much news we can serve you to help you get to your destination in a grand style. It's a full house. Victor is here already. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike James. How you doing?
Feels good to be here again for a weekend.
Yeah.
All things looking very cool and calm.
Very cool and calm as usual. And I have Dayo in the building as well. Dayo, how you doing?
I'm good.
Okay, so you might be
very much under the weather.
Come on, you got to get out of this weather thing. You need to get out of it as fast as possible.
I told her what to do.
It's time to really be groovy because we're hitting the Christmas season, and you can't afford to be under the weather, right?
I'm trying to get out of the weather or away from the weather.
Should have been out
and I'm not going your way. Don't worry. I choose not to.
Maybe Mike might have a recipe for you.
The recipe he's proposing is what I don't even want to take. I'm just going to go the normal way, what I'm doing, taking the hot tea, hot water, and all that
looking
stuff.
for vitamins
and some lemon.
And just to boost my immune system.
Okay, which is very cool. Let's talk about what's going on out there. The weather is pretty cool, right?
Dust, haze.
Yeah, Harmattan is very much in the air right now. And that means a whole lot for you and I. And even though we love the dry season, right? But we've got to be very, very cautious of the dust that comes with it.
And anything that could result to a fire, that could start a fire.
That's very true.
It's very safety conscious.
Yes, so safety must be first in all that you do. Let's talk about the roads. Mike James, what's going on?
Well, like I said, a cool and calm situation. That's what we have observed so far in and around of the metropolis. But then let's talk about an impediment which we've been keeping an eye on. It's a broken down 40 feet container laden truck at mile 12 inward Koshofe. Now, this report came in at say 20 minutes before we hit the 8 o'clock hour. Yeah, so as at the time the report came in, the tow truck had been contacted for evacuation.
All right.
So this truck broke down on the main carriageway at mile 2 of Inward
Koshofe. All right.
And traffic had backed up to Ode Elede.
Right. So we'll be keeping our eyes on that one. We'll be tracking that during the course of the program.
Yes.
Which other updates, which other breakdown do you have to report?
Okay, at NIJ.
Yes, I was reporting one earlier.
There's an impediment there. It's a broken down truck that has occupied 90% of the road.
Ooh. All right.
And it broke down where we have the field portion
of the road. So is there any counterflow there?
Of course there is. That's what's happening now.
All right. Okay, then. So you need to watch out for that. If you are within the Ogba corridor, broken down articulated vehicle at NIJ in what's excellent, right?
Right.
Any other breakdown to report?
None.
So most other areas are still looking pretty cool and calm.
Very cool and calm.
Beautiful.
Cool and calm. We've looked at the Mota corridor within the inner part of Ikorodu, from the Sabo end, moving through Itamaga, Maya, Adam. All these areas are very much in perfect shape.
Right.
And of course, Ojudu Baja looking very good, coming in and out of Lagos by the expressway. Appreciable movement. Also along Ogunusi Road, that's from Sherilura through Excellent, Ogba, Caterpillar, Odrero, Wemco. Perfect movement. What we have gathered so far.
All right, so that's pretty good. So this is a clarion call, and that is going to government at this time, because I know most of our callers are always mentioning this in the early hours and in the late night. So the Light Up Lagos project needs to be revived. Okay, especially now that the dust, the Hamatan haze is here. You know, once you have this kind of weather, it's going to be very, very foggy.
Foggy, absolutely.
Yes, so we need to do a lot so that we can save lives during this period. And the responsible agency should be able to do that for us. I think that's under the Ministry of Energy.
Yes.
Okay, so let's see how we can, light up Lagos once again.
Whatever happened to that project, I still cannot figure it out.
Yes, nobody can. But this is the report that we get on a daily basis every time in the mornings. Most of the callers are always talking about that. Everywhere is dark, and in the night. Now that the Hamatan season is here, I think we need to save lives, right?
Absolutely.
So please, the agency, the responsible agency that should be tackling that, should help us out with that regard. Let's see how we can, light up Lagos. Lagos is a
24-hour economy.
Yes, and it's a mega city, not just an ordinary one for that. It's a very, very big mega city. Since we said it's a 24/7 running kind of economy, let's look at best ways of sustaining that. Okay. All right. So, Ministry of Energy Resources in Lagos. Let's see how we respond to that. Okay.
All right.
All right. But that's not going to be the focus on the program.
There's going to be a lot to chew. I understand.
Yes, but it's going to be really about everyone, and we're talking about cyber fraud. It is really, really. I don't know how it's very hot on the front burner these days.
Yeah, we had this conversation during the week.
During the week, yes. So we're going to be continuing on that dialogue this morning, and that's because we want to try and see how we enlighten everyone on how we can be very, very
cyber security conscious.
That's right. So my guest, who is a professional in this regard, will be taking us on how we can really do this, especially now that we're hitting the festive season. I hear that the figures show that during the festive season, people lose their finances a whole lot to these fraudsters, these cyber fraudsters, and we need to really, really tackle that. So that's going to be the focus on the program this morning.
All right, and of course, we'll be spicing things up intermittently with traffic updates.
That's right.
Yes.
Even though the traffic is very, very quiet at the moment.
Great conversations with Victor Oteri on Talk Time. To have a wonderful time.
Wasting it slowly here in this moment. I'm halfway out the door. On to the next thing. I'm searching for something that's missing. Much to life. Then chasing down every temporary high to satisfy me. Slipping out, thinking there must be more to life. Well, it's life, but I'm sure there's gotta be more.
My dear people of Lagos, it has been observed with dismay the increase in commuters driving with faded, damaged, or without number plates in the state, which is prohibited according to Section 15 and 16 of the Lagos State Transport Reforms Law 2018. Yes, it is an offense, and that is why the Lagos State Government, through the Motor Vehicle Administration Agency, MVAA, is encouraging all motorists to have had their number plates stolen, faded, or damaged to have it replaced at any MVAA office near you to avoid being apprehended by the law. This process is easy and can be done within 24 to 48 hours. With just 18,750 naira, you can have your number plates replaced. All you need is to provide your proof of ownership, and it's done. Pick-up or delivery options are also available. So what are you waiting for? Visit us at Block 8, First Floor, Old Secretariat, Ikeja, Lagos. For inquiries, call 0903-276-0141, 0803-354-3829, or WhatsApp on 0915-430-3067. Remember, it's not just a number plate, it's your identity on the road. Igbega Ipinleko Ajimoshenio.
May the magic of Christmas fill your hearts and homes with love. And may the new year ahead be filled with endless possibilities.
Wishing you a Merry Christmas filled with laughter, warmth, and the true spirit of giving from our radio family to yours.
Luna say una follow day part of the journey throughout the year. Make this Christmas season bring una boku blessings and memories wey nobody go fit delete.
A dúpẹ́ fún àtìlẹ́yìn yín lọ́dún 2023. A mọ̀ lóore o. Kí àlàáfíà ìbùkún lọ́pọ̀ yanturu tí ó wà nínú ọdún Kérésìmesì máa jẹ́ ti gbogbo èèyàn olólùfẹ́ Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM.
May this festive season bring you peace, joy, and precious moments with loved ones.
Ọ̀pọ̀ olóore àdáǹdá tán èyí ló mú akí gbogbo èèyàn olólùfẹ́ wa pé ẹ ṣé o fún ìfẹ́ tí ẹ ní sí wa. Àwa gbà á ládùúrà pé ọdún ayọ̀ la máa ṣe o. Ọdún ayabo fún gbogbo wa o.
Wishing you a Christmas filled with moments of joy and a new year brimming with success. Thank you for being a part of our journey.
From all of us at Lagos Traffic Radio, we say,
We are wishing you a Merry Christmas and a traffic-free New Year.
And it's been so long to pass the time away, driving in my car, driving home for Christmas.
Get in on the action with Betano, your exciting destination for sports betting. Enjoy an award-winning experience with amazing betting options, cash outs and missions, as well as other features. Join now and get a welcome bonus of up to 200,000 naira. Betano.ng, the game starts now.
Today, we are out to ask Nigerians what they think about John Vent's 3-in-1 chocolate drink. Come with me, guys.
So good.
Really nice, oh. My kids can't get enough of it. I love John Vent's 3-in-1 chocolate drink.
So refreshing and nourishing.
Great. So tell me, how do you enjoy John Vent's 3-in-1 chocolate drink?
Add water. Stay. And enjoy instant goodness.
So there you have it. Everyone here loves John Vent's 3-in-1 chocolate drink. You don't need milk or sugar. Just add water for instant goodness any time of the day.
John Vent's 3-in-1 chocolate drink is available in stores and supermarkets nationwide. Enjoy instant goodness of rich cocoa, milk, and sugar with John Vent's 3-in-1 chocolate drink.
Yes, so you don't work hard finish. Now, you need to play hard wella. So therefore, make you ready to relax, arrange jollification, catch enjoyment, come refresh as you sail the Love Lagos water experience. Now in video bonge most water adventure where Lagos State Ferry Services like ferry carry come drop for your domot. Cruise Siriri where they go Takwa Bay Island Beach. Now only 5,000 naira per person. The Love Lagos water experience go Shele on Saturday December 16 and the Sunday December 17, 2023. Now Bariga Waterfront jet will be the takeoff point for the 2 days. Time 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday and the 12 noon go reach 5 p.m. on Sunday. Book your ticket today. Call Amos on top 002-904-7890. Shegun on top 0813-973-9325 or Zainab on top 0816-859-5404. And the jump on top water for adventure we promise to put feather for your cap of this year 2023. Guaranteed day for security and safety. Plus a free car park for the terminal. See you on top the boat. Lag Ferry, sailing you safely.
From point to point on the road, rails, and waterways, we bring you up to speed with the latest traffic news, views, and comments from transportation experts. Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Traffic news round the clock.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. You're welcome to Talk Time this great Saturday morning. We feel grateful to the capital GOD for his mercies upon our life. And as you move from one location to the other, we can tell you who are your best companion. And this Saturday morning, things are still looking pretty cool and calm. Most of the areas that we're covering, if you're making that journey to the island, it's still pretty good to go on the 3rd Milan Bridge, looking pretty good. Same for your movement on Ikorodu Road as well, between Ojota to Maryland and Fade. Still looks pretty cool and calm. Inner part of Ikorodu as well, but we have an impediment at that's if you are making that journey between mile 12 to Koshofe. There's a broken down vehicle there, I understand, so that it's needing some levels of attention. Right here in Ikeja, most of the areas are still looking very, very cool and calm as well. But of course, on the Ogba end, we have a broken down articulated vehicle that's by NIJ, that's Nigerian Institute of Journalism, Inwards Excellence, just by the bad portion there. So you need to watch out for that too if you are within that corridor. The Central Business District corridor on the island, still pretty good to go along Inner Marina, right from UBA roundabout, NMPC filling station. From there inwards, places like Kakawa is very, very good at the moment. You do not have any major worries. If you're navigating through that part, Cathedral Church is looking good. Outer Marina connecting Inner Marina down to Nightel intersection, looking pretty good. Movement from State House connecting Force Road is also good. And then traffic from JK Randall proceeding towards Oniko roundabout, connecting Mobolaji Johnson Arena. Talking about the stadium there, very much okay from now. And of course from McQueen Bridge, proceeding towards Flagstaff House, linking you with McQueen Bridge inwards Victoria Island is also pretty good to go at the moment. So most of the areas we're covering this morning is a very, very good ride. K2N movement from Koshofe down to Ilele, as well as Ikosi Junction down to Fruit Market, connecting you with 7-Up and the toll gate. Moving pretty well, heading towards the tsunami, talking about the interchange inwards Ojota proper is equally very, very good. Now the return journey, movement from the interchange, that's talking about the bridge, connecting 7-Up and the toll gate, it's moving pretty well too. And if you're approaching Tipa Garage, Demuri Junction, both the service lane and the main carriageway is very, very smooth to go, while proceeding towards Ilele and Koshofe, heading towards mile 12 proper is moving at a faster pace. Impediment, very, very negative as we speak right now. Okay, so that's going to be giving us some time for us to talk about cyber fraud, okay? We've heard of different kinds of stories, people losing their monies to online fraudsters. But my guest, who is a professional in this regard, will be talking us through that very, very shortly. Just keep it locked on Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. All right, then I'm going to be linking up with you very, very shortly, my guest. But today we're going to be tackling the menace of cyber fraud during the festive season. And joining me online right now, I have Murakinyo Anima Shaun, who is the CEO Wimika RMS Technologies and the visionary for Stronger Together Against Cyber Fraud. Mr. Anima Shaun, nice to have you. Good morning. Hello, Anima Shaun, can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me now? Hello? Okay, so we're having some connection issues there. We're trying to see how we clean that up. We are reflecting on this today because we are hitting the festive season, and lots of things I understand do happen online as it relates to, fraud that involves your finances. Anima Shaun, are you there? Murakinyo? Hello? Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello? Okay, so we're still having some bad call. Hello there. Okay, we'll try and see how we clean up. But Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM.
Timeliness begins with the letter T. We strive to maintain timeliness in disseminating information to our listeners, and that is why we are reliable. Being the most reliable radio station, providing traffic information in Africa is our vision. Maintaining the A status, which is accurate. Accuracy in serving you real-time traffic situation reports live from the roads in details. We are dynamic in every way. With the use of modern technology and well-motivated workforce, we keep you up to date with information on all modes of transportation, and that has been our objective. Being the first authentic traffic radio station in Africa. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Moving Lagos forward.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. All right, let me see if I can connect with him again. Murakinyo Anima Shaun, are you there? Hello? Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, Anima Shaun Murakinyo, of course, he's the CEO Wimika RMS Technologies and visionary for Stronger Together Against Cyber Fraud. All right, nice to have you join us this morning. Even though we're having one or two technical issues, but let's talk about Wimika. What do you do? Wimika RMS Technologies.
So basically, Wimika cyber fraud protection for individuals that own accounts with banks. So that's what we do basically, and we do that using two mechanisms. The first mechanism is that we provide prevention against cyber fraud using our stack of technologies, and the second mechanism is what we call residual risk transfer. Part of residual risk transfer that most people are familiar with is insurance. So if, for instance, in spite of the technology that we deploy to protect your account from being compromised, your account is still compromised and you experience a fraud, we reimburse you the amount of money that you lost from your account within 7 days.
Okay. So, but this idea for Stronger Together Against Cyber Fraud, where is it coming from?
Okay, so the idea for Stronger Together Against Cyber Fraud is from the impact. So two things we realize. Whenever December is coming, whenever December is near, there's an upsurge. So already from, I tell people that for those in our industry, we don't need to wait for Christmas jingles or any of those things to know that Christmas is near. Once we begin to see a rise in cyber fraud, incidents, a rise in cyber fraud attempts, we know that Christmas is drawing near. And as from about November, second half of November, it started rising, and by the time we got into December, it had risen astronomically. So we knew December was near, and a lot of people really the same. I want to draw a parallel between what you do on Lagos traffic and what we do. Okay, if you leave your house in the morning and you just don't have the information you need concerning traffic, okay, you may end up in a traffic situation that could have been avoided. Okay, so the same way for us, we want to ensure people are informed so that they don't end up in a financial situation that could have been avoided. Okay, and that's what is driving our desire and our passion. Plus, of course, we've had a few people around us that have been victims of cyber fraud, and it's not the sweetest experience to have, or to have somebody around you go through.
Right. Now, you said the figures are rising, so let's talk about those figures. So November, December, what are the figures looking like? How do we know really that cyber fraud is on the increase in Nigeria?
Okay, so between from the end of November to about now, that increase is about 35% over the normal level in terms of incidents already that we've seen from our experts that monitor incidents. So that's like a 30 to 35%. Okay, so what that means is that if you take November and if you take October and then you take the end of November and December and you compare the trend, the cyber fraud incidents spiked by over 30%. That means an additional 1 in 3 attempts were made on people's accounts, to try to gain access to their funds.
So how is cyber fraud? How is it perpetrated? How is it carried out?
Okay, so there are many ways, but what's in the news right now, that's hot in the news right now, is the case of identity theft, where people are able to open accounts in other people's names, okay, using identities that belong to somebody else. So that's what you call identity theft. That's a typical case of identity theft. And after they've opened accounts in the name of somebody else, they now reach out to their contacts, and they ask their contacts to pay money into the account for some reason or the other. It could be for medical reasons, it could be for any number of reasons. Okay, and then when people pay money into that account, they think they are actually paying money into the account of that person because it's open in that person's name, but that person does not even know anything about the account. Okay, so that's something they are doing, and there's even a more dangerous angle to that. Okay, there's something we call mule account, M-U-L-A, mule account, which is cyber criminals move money into accounts that are not theirs, and then they go and withdraw that money. Okay, and then you can't trace the money to them. Okay, so if cyber criminals are able to open accounts in people's name, people that are not even aware, and they move the proceeds of cyber fraud into those accounts, and then they go and move those proceeds out of the account. When the investigation begins, the trail of money will lead to the accounts from which they've moved the proceeds. And because those accounts are in the names of innocent people, two things can happen. Either the innocent gets into trouble, or the investigation ends at that point.
Wow. Okay, so let's look at the different types of fraud that is being perpetrated, that is being carried out online, and the kind of fraud that make people to lose their monies. What are some of those examples that you've seen?
Okay, so a very common example is what people now call Instagram or social media fraud. Okay, where people are Instagram vendors are selling their items on Instagram, and then you get interested in the item, you pay for the item, and the item never gets delivered. That's one kind of fraud, and that's common, okay? And a lot of people have experienced that. So you pay for an item, the item never gets delivered, and when you try to follow up after a while, guess what happens next? They block you.
Wow.
And you can't get in touch with them anymore. That's another kind of fraud, okay? There is the kind of fraud where you are actually tricked, okay? Tricked into doing something, tricked into releasing your credentials, tricked into putting your name and password, tricked into using your OTP. That's another kind of fraud. So somebody gets in touch with you and they pretend to be from your bank, and they are telling you stuff like there's a problem with your account and they need to resolve that problem, and they convince you by providing some information that they've gathered about you, and because you hear those information, you're convinced that, oh, this person must genuinely be from my bank,
right?
Okay, and then you begin to supply the information, and they tell you that, okay, in a couple of minutes you'll get an OTP. Okay, that when you get that OTP, you need to forward it to them so that they can complete the process for you. But what you don't realize is that they're actually trying to do a transaction on your account.
Wow.
And naturally, your account is providing the OTP that it should provide. But because you do not connect the two, you are now providing that OTP to them, and they use it to complete the transaction.
So is that right? That means one is being defrauded at that stage. But is that not to say that there's no foolproof security from all that we have online, the internet? Why are we doing all those two-step verification, all those security checks when we register for things, or perhaps when we are putting up an app on our phones and all of that? Is that to say all those things are not foolproof security?
Yeah, there's no 100% security. That's one of the first things a cybersecurity professional will tell you. There is no 100% prevention. There is no foolproof security. But I want you to flip it on the other side. And imagine if there was none of those. If there was none of those things that you mentioned, it would be absolute carnage. It would be absolute anarchy. So what those things do is that they reduce significantly the gap between being safe and being unsafe, okay? And then there will always be a gap that's left, because as we've agreed, there's no 100% prevention, there's nothing that's foolproof, that's 100% foolproof in the area of security. So now the question is, the gap that's left, how big is that gap? What kind of impact does that gap have? And is there something that can still be done about that gap? Okay, and that's one of the things that Wimika is doing right now, saying that, okay, in spite of all the investment by the banks, in spite of all that has been deployed, there is still a gap that's big enough for people to lose 9.5 billion naira within January and June 2023, and that's huge.
Huge. That's very, very huge.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and if something can be done, why should we leave that money for cyber criminals, cyber fraudsters to take and stroll into the sunset? Okay, so that's why we are doing some of the things we are doing right now.
All right, then just hold on a second. Lagos Traffic Radio, 96.1 FM. This morning, we're tackling the menace of cyber fraud during the festive season. And you heard from my guest, Marakinyo Animashao. Of course, he's a tech professional. He's so much into cyber securities. And he just gave you some alarming figures there. 9.5 billion naira lost January to June. That's just the first 6 months. I'm sure the second half of the year might come up with higher figures. But he's saying at this time of the year, which is November, December, the figures are usually pretty high, 35% higher than the normal. So what can we do to jointly tackle all of this? These are many more we'll still be reflecting on. And if you have any questions from him, feel free to connect with us on 080-99-120-777 and 091-5387-7127. A brief break. We will be back.
your car. Lagos Traffic Radio keeps you informed with the latest traffic news as it breaks. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, moving Lagos forward.
We are the dial that helps you navigate through Lagos traffic with ease. We are the 96.1 dial. Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, moving Lagos forward.
For me, 2012. Go just the drive without information. Information about traffic for road. Information about waiting cause out. Hey, but now you be there. Traffic radio, now you be there. Information about traffic for road. Information about waiting cause out. They get better traffic managers with the give us and information. Two ninja, Ubara Shiti, Oshendo, last time waka, inside Nurema Kong. I might took back to this traffic FM. Now soon. Now. Tune into
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Moving Lagos forward.
Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM. Talk Time is the program, and we're tackling the menace of cyber fraud during the festive season. Morakinyo Animashao is guesting, and he is of the Stronger Together Against Cyber Fraud. Morakinyo, are you there? Hello, can you hear me? Okay, so we're still having that bad connection, but let me just take you through some locations across town. Most of the areas we're covering still looks pretty good. Watch out for the impediment at NIJ, Inwards Excellence. That one is still there. The traffic managers are trying to see what they can do, but counterflow is very much on within that location. Same for if you're coming in from Mile 2, Inwards Koshofe, I understand there is an impediment there as well. Animashan, are you there? Hello? Hello? Okay, so we're still having that challenge with the connection. But I know that some of you will have one or two issues. Feel free to bring in your concerns so that we can put it across to him. That's Morakinyo Animashan, who is a cyber fraud expert. He is trying to help us out during this festive season so that we do not lose our finances, we do not lose our money to any kind of fraud. There are some that I would even like him to, tackle, because sometimes you could be moving in a vehicle, or perhaps you just get out of the vehicle, you want to take a commercial bus, and you find yourself in the hands of the one chance experts. They take your phone, and before long, you just find out that your bank account is empty. Are there ways you can check against that, or is there anything that we can do in that regard to ensure that that is properly curtailed? We'll try and see how we fix that up. Morakinyo, are you there? Okay, so let's just continue. We've heard several stories of people losing their money. Let's talk about ATM, because ATM is one of the very popular ways that is also carried out. You want to make use of somebody did narrate an incident of trying to get cash with a POS vendor, and by the time he put his ATM into that POS machine, by the time the person handed the ATM to him, he found out it wasn't his own ATM. Probably it has been cloned or something. Did that happen? Have you heard of that before?
Again, it's very critical as we enter this December period for us to increase our vigilance generally, and we must be very sober. Just like on Lagos traffic, you're always preaching about don't drink and drive, be sober, don't drive when you're sleepy, and all of that.
Good.
In the same way, we must ensure that we are carrying out financial activities or transactions when we are at our most mentally alert. We can't afford to be carrying out a transaction when we know that we are not mentally alert. You shouldn't carry out a transaction when you're sleepy. Maybe you've just come from a vigil or a party, and you just know that you're sleepy. If you should not be driving a car, you should not be initiating or confirming a transaction. That's the way I see it. But a lot of people just, they when they are mentally or emotionally at a low period, they do not regard financial transactions as something that they have to be careful about. They don't regard it as something they have to be vigilant about. And I know and I've heard of a number of professionals who have been defrauded and who, after the fraud incident, could not believe it themselves. That with all their expertise, with all their knowledge, they still fell victim. But when you look at the situation in context, what you will realize is that they were not in a good emotional or mental state when that fraud happened. Right. So I know of someone that was working on a project and had worked almost like 2 days round the clock. And then he got a call from a fraudulent, from a cyber fraudster. And they told him to do a few things. And it was after he had done it that he just clicked that, what have I done? Why have I done this?
Right.
And in just that 1 minute, that he came back to his mental consciousness. When he tried to, recover the situation, it was too late.
Right.
Okay.
Okay, let me take this. There's a message that's coming in here. By the way, if you want to speak with our guest this morning on the program, feel free. 08099120777 says, good morning, Mr. Victor. I want to thank you for bringing this cyber expert to the studio. If I lose my money to cyber fraud, who can I report to? James is sending this one in from K2. So is there anyone one can report to?
Yes, so there's an official channel which goes through your bank. First of all, your bank. Then, of course, because it's a criminal activity, you've got the police involved in that. Okay, so you're supposed to go to the police station and make a police report. And then, again, the next step usually is for you to get the court to provide what we call a PND, post-note debit, on the account. So basically they are saying that they are going to freeze that account for a period. But so again, people go to the court to try and get that. So there's a process, there's a legal and regulatory process. Okay, if your bank does not revert to you, if they don't take up your case quick enough, and quick enough as a stipulated time, I believe that's supposed to be 2 weeks, then you can also escalate the situation to the CBN complaints desk. Okay, so there are very well laid out processes, and one of the things we've done is that we have a helpline. We have a helpline that has trained professionals and operatives that can guide anyone that calls them through the steps that is required for you to recover your money. However, there's a piece of bad news I must throw in there.
Okay.
Statistics show that 95% of persons that have been defrauded in Nigeria, that have been victims of cyber fraud, never recover their money.
You mean it?
Yes, that's statistics from the regulators themselves.
Let's take this call. I think there's a call coming in. Hello there.
Good morning, Mr. Victor.
Good morning.
This is Dr. Busari, please.
All right, Dr. Busari, let's hear you.
Yeah. Good morning to you, your guest here.
Right.
My concern is there was, I think about a month or 2 months ago, where somebody was reported to have gone to Zenith Bank at Ikeja, which is GTB ATM cards. In the night, he wanted to make a withdrawal. I wanted to make a withdrawal, and the machine seized the cards. The guy was still there, hoping that the car would be retrieved for him. He was even calling on the security people there. Right there, he just started getting alert of withdrawal on his phone. And I think about 1.7 million or so was lost.
Wow.
Though it was in Zenith Bank, he went to make a withdrawal, but he went there with the GTB ATM card.
Okay.
Under that circumstance, what can I guide you?
Okay. All right. Let me allow you to respond. Thank you so much, Dr. Busari. All right. I do not know if you heard his complaint, James. Sorry, Anima Sham.
No, Victor, I didn't hear what your
Okay, it said.
the caller said.
Okay, it said
Can
that.
you just repeat it to me?
Yeah, said there's a story of someone who went to do a withdrawal from a Zenith bank somewhere, and even though he had a GTB ATM, but the ATM got stuck in the machine, and while he was trying to recover it, he just found out that monies were being withdrawn from his account.
Okay, so I will tell you, our experts have seen this kind of fraud, and usually people don't understand the fullness of that activity. So many times again, this comes down to vigilance. So again, what has happened many times is that somebody goes to an ATM or goes to a POS and tries to carry out the transaction.
Mm-hmm.
That transaction is not successful, or the POS operator claims that it is not successful,
Mm-hmm.
and in returning the card to the person, returns a fake card.
A fake card or a cloned card.
It's not the card you brought that you get a return. I wonder how many people, when they want to use an ATM, look at their card and look at the name. Most of us don't do that. Okay? So when you take that card to the ATM machine, you insert it, you put your PIN. It's not your PIN. It doesn't recognize your PIN because it's actually not your card. And because of that, it locks your card because you've attempted with the wrong PIN, the number of times that the maximum number of times you're supposed to.
Yeah, but in this case, Anima Shao, hello. In this case, he says the card got stuck in the machine.
It's not that the card got stuck in the machine. The card was locked
Okay.
by the machine because you attempted using what the system will see as a wrong ATM.
Oh.
Because you were trying to use the ATM for your card, but your card had already been switched.
Wow.
So that's the scenario we have seen many times. Okay, so when you go to your POS operator and you have finished the transaction, but most of the time when you go there and you have tried the transaction and they say it's not successful, will you please just take a look at the card that you're being given to make sure that it's the card that you gave them, to make sure that it's the card that's got your name on it. Okay, when you go to do a transaction, especially for those people that need assistance when they are doing transactions at the ATM, will you please check that the person that has attempted to help you gave you your own card back and not some other card? Okay? In fact, I would recommend right now that everybody should check their ATM card to make sure it's the one that has their name on it. Because some people are carrying ATM cards that are not theirs and they don't even realize it.
All right, let's take this call. Hello there.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Anthony.
Anthony, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Anthony.
Okay.
I'm calling from Anthony.
Okay, Anthony from Anthony. Go ahead.
Okay, please. I don't think it's fully understood what the last caller said. So he said that his car was followed by the ATM, and then he got debited multiple times. Not that the car was retrieved, or so if your card was taken by the ATM and all that, and then something started receiving debit alert. I think, and that's the question. Not that the card was retrieved or changed or
Okay. Let's turn to him again. Let's see if we can still address that. Anthony from Anthony, thank you so much for also bringing that to our attention once again. So, Mr. Nimashan, what he's saying is that the first story which Dr. Busari brought to your attention, that he wants you to really address that again. Somebody goes to a Zenith Bank with a GTB ATM. He puts it in, and he says he gets stock. And while he was still there, trying to see how he can figure it out, he begins to see a lot of withdrawals from his phone. So he's having a feeling that something must have been going on somewhere there with the connivance of some people, probably within the bank premises.
Okay, so again, let me try and explain that again. From what we have experienced and seen while on the field, this is the context of how that usually happens. Before the person went to that Zenith Bank ATM, the person has usually tried to use that same card
somewhere else.
They try to use their own card somewhere else.
And it has been exchanged.
In the process of trying to use that card, the card is switched. Okay? And then they move from wherever that was. Let's assume that they went to the ATM of another bank before then, Bank A. And then maybe they were trying to get money, somebody offered to assist them. And then the person said, well, it's not going through, or whatever reason they give them. But that person has already switched their card. And then they move on. The person says, okay, there's a Zenith down maybe you should try the Zenith.
Okay.
The person now moves to the Zenith and inserts that card in the Zenith and puts their own password, their PIN. Okay, so they put the PIN the first time, it rejects it. They try a second time, it rejects it. They try a third time.
And it locks it.
The system has been programmed to hold your card after you have tried the PIN 3 times.
Right.
But what they do not realize is that there will automatically be a mismatch because the PIN they are trying to use is for a card that has been switched and is now with the person.
All right, so let's begin to take it to another level as we even round off the program this morning, Mr. Animashaun. So, Stronger Together Against Cyber Fraud, how can people tap into it? How can they join you so that this kind of information they can always get on a regular basis?
Okay, so there are 3 ways. One of them is what we're doing now, partnering with organizations like yours to get the information out there, to provide awareness. To be informed is one of the basic elements of the fight against cyber fraud. The more people are well informed and knowledgeable, the better their chances of winning or being of not being a victim of cyber fraud. So that's one. The second one is a community. Okay, so we built a cyber fraud prevention and recovery community, and basically, if you join that community, it's like somebody being connected to Lagos Traffic Radio. You have constant access to relevant information about cyber fraud. The same way you get constant access to relevant information about traffic and all things related to traffic and transportation on Lagos Traffic FM. Okay. So if you join that community, you can join that community, for instance, by going to www.wimica.ng/community.
Okay.
www.wimica.ng/community. And once you're a part of that community, it gives you access to lots and lots of information, education, tips, and even engagement with experts in the field of cyber.
Quickly, the third one. Quickly, the third leg is what? How can I get in touch?
The third leg is the helpline.
Okay. What's the
helpline? And interesting thing about our helpline, after the last time we came to your program, there was somebody that called that helpline, and the person was about to transfer 1.13 million naira to some account. They had told the person they were going to help the person get a Canadian visa. The person had already paid 270,000.
Wow.
The person called our helpline about 11:45 or 40 something, and he was under pressure because they told him that if he didn't pay the balance by 12 noon, that he will lose his 270.
Wow.
And they will not be able to process his visa. But after our operative spoke with him, our operative quickly realized that it was a fraud, and we were able to save the person the 1.13 million that he was almost set.
All right, so what's the helpline? Beautiful. That's a good testimony. What's the helpline?
0906 533 1660.
Okay, that's 09065331660.
60, yes.
All right. We have to go. Thank you so much for being part of this Animashaun. It's always a thing of joy to have you. And of course, we'll continue this campaign all through this festive period so that we save Nigerians from losing their monies. What's your parting thought in 30 seconds?
Thank you, Victor. I'm so glad for the opportunity. And together, we are stronger together, and together we will win against cyber criminals.
All right, then.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for connecting with us. Do not forget the line 09065331660. 09065331660. He's Murakinyo Anima Shaun, and he's a cyber fraud expert. He'll be telling you a whole lot by the time you join that community. We have to go. The program has been produced by Temidayo Anthony. Maximum thanks to our social media team. Our executive producer is Tayo Akoli. My name is Victor Oteri. I'll be back by 10:15 for Maritime Today.
Gets you locked down all day, all time with that traffic report, just as and when you want it. With great music and lots more. Lagos Traffic Radio, your driving companion.
Pass me the ball, Joe. See, now where the leap come so? Hey, oh boy, what time we get leap with walking stick now?
No, so you have jump it. Since that was a good game, he can't be like, say, by the time I'm muscle to my boss.
Harry, now say you come the use stick water like Papa. You never hear of Vilicin Balm? Vilicin Balm na brand of methyl salicylate and menthol crystal. We will give you effective and soothing relief from body pain, aches, lumbar and rheumatism, whether na for work or play. Vilicin na effective soothing balm for old and young people of them. Harry, my man. Now you the dribble like this? Where you walking stick now? Vilicin Balm. Rub balm for cold, catarrh, aches and pains. Vilicin Balm. Now daily need industries they make them. If you not better after 3 days, I better go see your doctor.
Yahoo, timely, reliable, accurate, dynamic, innovative, and objective traffic reports. That's why we are your T Radio on 96.1 FM. Lagos Traffic Radio, 96.1 FM. Moving Lagos forward.
Have you ever been stuck in traffic for 3 hours? Would you like to navigate through the rush hour with ease?